Verse 3. There was a widow in that city, and she came unto him, saying, Avenge me of mine adversary. And he would not for a while. But afterward he said within himself, Though I fear not God, nor regard man, yet because this widow troubleth me, I will avenge her, lest by her continual coming she weary me. And the Lord said, Hear what the unjust judge saith. He says, can you hear that unjust judge? In verse 7, And shall not God avenge his own elect, which cry day and night unto him, though he be along with them? He says, if this unjust judge would give justice to this woman because she's been troubling him, wouldn't God do such a thing even faster? See that? He says, And shall not God avenge his own elect, which cry day and night unto him, though he be along with them? Though he be along with them? I tell you that he will avenge them speedily. Nevertheless, and here is the key to what I want to talk about. Nevertheless, when the Son of Man cometh, shall he find faith on the earth? Now, Jesus brings in the balance. He's teaching about being importunate in prayer. And he's saying, don't give up. Keep asking. Keep asking. Keep pressing. Don't give up. Then he says, even though I'm teaching you how to keep asking when you haven't received, how to be persistent, he says, when the Son of Man comes, shall he find faith in the earth? Because the principle of faith is different. See that? When he taught on faith, he taught to ask once and to receive once. That you believe in your heart you got it. You don't come back to ask again. That's the way he taught about faith. But then he teaches on persistence. And he's saying, when the Son of Man comes, shall he find faith in the earth? Are the people still going to be walking by faith? Because you see, he said men shouldn't give up. The reason being that he realized that they were going to go through difficulties, challenging times. And such challenging times that will require that they keep asking. And that they should have the hope that God would respond. Even though it seems to be long. He says he'll respond. And to God, it's still speedily. But with all of these seeming delay and persistence in asking, and you trust in God and it doesn't happen in a week, it doesn't happen in a year, not even in 2 years, and you're still asking, he says, it's good to keep asking. But when the Son of Man comes, shall he find faith in the earth? Or will faith have gone out the window? What's your life like? Are you still walking by faith? Or are you used to asking and not receiving quickly, immediately, that it has changed your way of life? Has it changed your thinking? Has the delay or seeming delay in answering your prayer changed your faith life? You don't believe anymore? You don't think it works quickly anymore? He says, nevertheless, when the Son of Man cometh, shall he find faith in the earth? Are you still walking by faith? You still trust God that when you speak, it comes to pass? Or are you used to talking to your body and there's no response, so you don't care anymore? As soon as there's a pain, you head for the doctors. Is that what happens to you? You look around for the drugs. You know, you got some symptoms in your body and you're thinking, what do I drink? What do I take? What do I swallow? What do I rub? You're looking for all of these things. Has that become your experience? Is that what's happened to your life? Turn to the book of Jude. Verse 3. Beloved, when I gave all diligence to write unto you of the common salvation, it was needful for me to write unto you and exhort you that ye should earnestly contend for the faith which was once delivered unto the saints. It says for you to contend for the faith that was delivered to the saints. There's a faith that was delivered to us. There's a way of life that was delivered to us. It tells us to contend for it because it will not just be there because you're a Christian. Why? Because there are forces out there in the world to help you give up your faith, to inspire you in the wrong direction. So there's a fight of faith. There's a fight of faith for every one of us. Christianity will not be that easy walk without a fight. There's a fight of faith. It tells us to contend earnestly. Contend earnestly. Fight earnestly for the faith that was delivered to the saints. This is the reason we study Bible characters. This is the reason. Because the Bible tells us that the things that were written before us were written for our learning, for our guidance, that we might be inspired, so that we through comfort of the scriptures might have hope. Through comfort of the scriptures, we study how they lived, what they did, how God dealt with them, how they responded to God, how their faith produced results. And we see what manner of men we ought to be, the kind of life He expects of us. So we contend for the faith that was once delivered to the saints. And He tells us it was once for all time. He didn't bring it at different times. No, He delivered that faith to the saints once. And it's that same faith. So the Bible says we have in the same spirit of faith. According as it is written, I believed and therefore have I spoken. We also believe and therefore speak. It says the same spirit of faith. As they had, as David had, as Samuel had, as the prophets had, as the apostles had. The same spirit of faith. We didn't come into something new. It's been there. And it's been proved to be infallible. No one ever walked this road and failed. No one ever walked this path and lost. No one ever did. And it will not start with us. Amen. Amen. Yeah. All who put their trust in Him were fulfilled in victory, in success. They dominated their world. They dominated circumstances. They overwhelmed their adversaries. It's the same for us, because we have the same spirit. Same spirit. Same spirit of faith. Hallelujah. So you put your trust in the Lord and be convinced by His word. Be strengthened by His word. You can only have problems when you really don't trust His word. That's when you have problems. When you really don't believe Him. If we believe like they believed in the Bible and respond like they responded in the Bible, we will get what they got. We'll get what they got. So, you see, you can always be a success. And remember, success is at different stages of your life. Okay? Don't wait till you're 90 before you know whether or not you're a success. You're at a particular stage in your life right now. Are you going to be a success? You choose. You choose. You got to make that choice. You got to make that choice. Hallelujah. All right, now we'll move to another important thought in the same direction. Did you ever think about this? Sometimes you're going through some difficulties and you're wondering, but I give my tithes. I win souls. I'm always in church. Why is this happening to me? I tell people, remember, bad things happen to good people. So just because you're good doesn't mean bad things will not come. Bad things do happen to good people. Question is not what happens, it's what you do with what happens. Doesn't matter that something bad is happening. What are you going to do about it? So bad things do happen to good people. So you're thinking, but where have I gone wrong? Does God bless us because we haven't done something wrong? Is that why we are blessed? But that's the mistake many believers make. They make the mistake when they try to examine themselves to say, where have I gone wrong? Why is this happening to me? I do this and I do that. I do the other one. And they're looking for, where did I make a mistake? Well, what have I done wrong for this to be happening? Because they figure, if I'm doing everything that's right, things ought to work out for me. So they have backsliding in their hearts because they've gone to that area again where unconsciously they're thinking, when everything was going right, subconsciously they figured out it was because they're doing all the nice things. They're doing all the right things. So things are going on well because they're doing all the right things. So now that things are not going on right, they're thinking, maybe I'm doing something wrong. You get it? So they're backsliding in their hearts. When things go wrong, don't start out in your life looking for what you did wrong. Because things didn't go right because you were doing things right. The first thing you should think about is there is an enemy out there, and you are going to put him where he belongs. That's it. You start out with that. Don't start looking at yourself, what have I done wrong? God doesn't bless you because you haven't done anything wrong. He doesn't bless you because you've done everything right. You're blessed because you are the seed of Abraham. And if something is going wrong, look for the culprit. It's the devil. Start out with him. If there's anything that's not going right in your life, you and God will fix that. But I can tell you that's not the reason you're not having the blessings you want, or you're going off the blessings. That's not the reason. That's not the reason. You were blessed before you were born. You're an heir of God. It's got nothing to do with your works. So if you mess things up, Satan can come in. And you got to do what you got to do. I mean, if I leave my door open, and some scoundrel comes inside, I shouldn't blame myself for leaving it open. I should blame him for coming inside. It's my door. So start out with him instead of blaming myself about the door. So when I'm through with him, then God and I can discuss the door issue. Otherwise, you find that even though you're a Christian, you're suffering the same things like non-Christians. You're struggling to make your life beautiful when He's already made it beautiful. You're fighting to get what is already yours.